All right, welcome back to another episode of the Scarlet and Blue Show. We are looking at episode 106, I think it is, here, and we are getting ready for the playoffs, getting ready for all the transfer portal. I think it closes Sunday, right? Dead period then Sunday.
Yeah.
Monday.
Yep. Mhm.
And then all the other fun stuff here. Let's go.
Go.
Forget about it. This baby's over. Oh, my goodness. One man. Goodbye. Hello, Heisman.
And most especially in 310 days in Ann Arbor, Michigan, on the football field.
Another block. Touchdown. No flag. Samuel cuts it back. Ohio State wins. Here's the run again. Donovan Edwards. Whoa. Can they catch him? No. Donovan Edwards again. The down.
All right. And then before we get started, though, Garrison, we got to take care of those that take care of us.
Yes, sir.
SDB.
Yes, sir.
Garrison, tell us about it.
SDB Ben stocked the bar. Our guy Daryl, owner and creator of Stock the Bar, Michigan-owned, black-owned liquor company here in Michigan, Grand Rapids, Michigan to be specific. But it's not just in Grand Rapids. It is also in your local Family Fare, Meijer, and other stores like Kroger's across the state. Go ahead and get some. It's good for you. It's liquid gold.
Drink responsibly.
Yes, drink responsibly, please.
There you go. All right, and then
Our
also, too,
lives
lest we
are
forget.
a collection of experiences, moments of happiness or times of great loss. First homes, new babies, property loss, even heartache. Knowing that your insurance provider is always close by offers comfort. At Farm Bureau Insurance, the experience you get with our local trusted advisors is different. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
All right, folks. So, yeah, go support Stock the Bar. Go support Dillon at Farm Bureau Insurance. If you need insurance or you want alcohol, if you need alcohol and you want insurance, it's time to reevaluate your life. So let's make sure we prioritize those things accordingly.
Oh, I miss you. All right.
I know we've dropped to one show. We don't get as much of each other anymore,
Yeah.
man. Sad.
Oh, pause.
I said what I said. Hey, you guys get a chance to redeem your season
Yes.
Saturday.
We got the Hillbillies coming to town.
Lots to talk about. So first and foremost, I know you've covered a lot, and I think you record again Friday, right?
Thursday live show. Yep,
Thursday. So,
but I have a lot I have a lot that I haven't been able to say yet. You're gonna love all the things I have.
Whoa, okay, good,
So,
good. Well,
yes.
yeah, Michigan fans, we'll talk about some portal stuff. We'll talk about the
Mhm.
landscape, and I'm sure I'll give Garrison a hard time throughout the course of his spiel to kick things off. But if you are a Buckeye fan, if you're a Michigan fan too, I'm sure everyone checks you out. But Garrison's on Voice of College Football for Ohio State. You record on Thursdays and Tuesdays.
Yeah, no, we're live on Mondays and Thursdays, and Thursdays at the call-in show. So that's your guys' show that day. And you know what's fun? You know what? A lot of the guys I mess with on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, they have a lot of Michigan fans that jumped in there the day after the game. Boy, I got Oh man, everybody was in there. So no, but it's cool,
all
man.
good
I
fun.
love it. Yeah.
All right, so Vols come to town, and I think just from the jump, because we'll get into X's and O's, but from the jump, I said this last episode, maybe I said it on the Victor Riley show, I think I said it on both, but Tennessee's a huge fan base. Ohio State's a huge fan base. Two of, imagine, the top 10 largest fan bases in college football.
Ohio State's number one, actually. But
okay, sure.
No, it is. It's actually the largest college football fan base in the world.
All right, fine. Yeah. Assuming Tennessee is probably top 10. Y'all don't get a lot of commingling, and
no,
this week you've been able to do that. Well, obviously longer than this week, even too. But you see the commingling, and then Garrison, there's now rumors too that a third of the shoe is going to be in orange.
I highly doubt. I watched that guy say that on 3, and I don't think that's ever happened. So I don't.
So what? I mean, I heard there was a
Dude,
glitch in the system.
yeah.
Like code got out.
People using AI and things like that, showing that they're Ohio State fans. I can listen, dude. That's as good as leftist propaganda. Look, I can't help myself. No, but
You welcome all political parties.
Yeah, we welcome all. This is a free space for everybody.
Yes.
No, but dude, you're talking what 106. Dude, you're talking what 34,000 people? No way. Like, you know how many Tennessee fans that is?
Yeah, I mean, the shoe seats almost 105,000.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you take, roughly 40% of that, that's what, it's 50, 40, 45,000. Like, that's a lot of people.
There's no way. Like,
yeah.
If someone told me, let's say you in Alabama last year, you guys were, let's fast forward to this time, you guys are in the playoffs, and people were saying Alabama was going to have, I think on there he said 42%, like people are buying 42% on one side and saying there's going to be a third of Alabama fans. And I don't care about Tennessee being close to drive to for Ohio, like compared to Ohio to other Southern schools. I would say you're crazy to think 30%, or I'm sorry, 33% of the big house is going to be Alabama fans. There's just no way. You would. I think that's crazy.
Yeah, 5.5 hour drive. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
I mean, that game starts at 8. You can leave at 6 in the morning and get there by 11. It gives you plenty of time to do everything.
That moonshine might hit them before race, so that might be in our favor.
It's true.
I got the jokes. I've been laying off Tennessee fans. I'm a closeted Tennessee fan, so I've been laying off of them.
Oh yeah, that's right. You mentioned that last show.
Yeah, I love everything about that program. Not as much as I love Ohio State, of course, nowhere near that, but I have a lot of respect for the Tennessee program.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I haven't had much interaction with Tennessee fans. It's crazy.
All right. Well, hit us with what you got, and then also what you're thinking and how you feel going into this game.
Okay, and I have a lot, so please, whenever you feel the need to, please intrude into this. Okay. I won't say intrude. That sounds kind of negative. Just say what you have to say.
I'll jump in.
Jump in. There you go. Good grief. First off, I want to say I'm very excited to watch this matchup. As I've always told you I love Ohio State football, but I love the sport more than I love my own team. The last time these teams played was 1995. I'm 2 years old. I don't know a doggone thing. Being able to see Ohio State and Tennessee play on the same field is really cool for me. Anytime I get a chance to see programs like this play, even if they play every 5 years, I take the time to watch of course, my own team, but I'll take the time to watch programs like this face off. So first off, this is just really cool. To the game, I want to start with let's talk about our offense versus their defense first. Tennessee's defense is very similar to Penn State's and the Wolverines' defense. They have big guys in the middle. They're not as good as yours or as good as Penn State's, but their edge player, they have a bigger edge player, and then they have James Pierce Jr., who reminds me of Stewart, who reminds me of Penn State's defensive end, their edge rusher.
Abdul Carter.
I almost said Amir Abdullah. That's where I'm from, Nebraska. Yes. But Abdul Carter, like, dude, freak athletes who can bend on the edge, make very speedy, hard for tackles to get at. They're very explosive on the front four. Their secondary, they're not great, but they're pretty good. They're not. They're probably a little bit better than yours, but they play very well. They can be taken advantage of. But I don't think they are a threat, nor do I think they are lackluster. Where Ohio State has to attack is their linebackers. So over the last few weeks, Bryce, I not kid you, I have watched 7 of their games in full.
Which ones? All the big ones?
The big ones, Arkansas. Then I watched Arkansas. But I don't remember. I started this after I found out we were going to play them. I can't remember the 7 games. But I do know I watched
that. Man does his homework.
Yeah, I took the time. And their linebackers are crap. And this isn't just me saying this. I've heard Tennessee fans say this. And that's why when I said it, I didn't get any pushback on anything on it. They know. They don't read well. They don't read the run well, and they're not bad at it, but they don't run it well compared to what their defensive line offers them. They handing guys on a platter for them. But there's still a good rush defense, but I think a lot of that has to do with the defensive line stopping it. And no, they're not even bad at run defense, the linebackers. But they can't cover with a damn. And I mean it. It's imagine, you remember how Barham was playing early in the season in coverage?
Yep.
That's what they are all season. That's what they've been all season. They're not Barham where you've gotten considerably better or a little bit better throughout the season. That's not what they are. They just can't cover. But again, like their run defense, man, ranked right behind Ohio State's. I think they're both second and third. Or second and third, I believe. I think Texas might be first. But just like both you and I said from the Michigan game, Ohio State doesn't need to win the rushing battle in order to beat Tennessee. They don't. I think in a game like this, where their linebackers can't cover, the secondary can be had, and our offensive line, dude. Look, we're shifting it again. We're reshifting it again, dude. And I think they said they're going to move Tegra to left guard and have Montgomery at right guard, who I've been calling for this kid to play for a very long time now.
You have.
And I think it's really cool because now we get to see, or it's a good it's a good opportunity for Montgomery because now we get to see what you have. You're an Ohio kid. You were a top 10 lineman out in your class, and it's time on the biggest stage that we've had so far this season at Ohio State. This is your turn, and it's your time. And I think it's really cool that he gets that chance, but he has to show and prove. And going against that Tennessee defensive line, Ohio State has been very good at pass pro this season, even with the remaking of their offensive line this season. But Tennessee can stop the run. And Ohio State, for some odd reason, it's funny, Bryce. Usually when you have offensive line problems, you can still run block because run blocking is easier than pass protection. Our offensive line has been able to pass pro all year, but they can't run block. A lot of that also has to do with scheme. They run a lot of zone or a lot of stretch when in all reality Ohio State should be running gap. That's in a blind man can tell you that. So I'm very interested to see how that works. And dude, it's time to use our receivers. I think a game like this and in a time like this in the playoffs, it is time. And Chip Kelly, dude, I still want to have his scheme there, but it is time to unleash our wide receivers. That is the best 3 in college football. Jeremiah, Emeka, and Tate. Cardinal Tate would be wide receiver 1 at probably 95% of the college football programs. And
okay.
I think it's important that we use that in order to open the run.
Okay.
But yes.
I think that is the move, especially after what happened in Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
Anything you want to add to that before I talk about the other side? Because I do want you to. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear them.
Yeah, I was going to ask about what if you want to see one running back over the other.
No.
So you still want to see the even split?
I want to see the hot hand. Whoever has the hot hand, you give him the ball.
I feel like they don't stick with that.
They don't. No, you're right. You are right, and they should. There's been. I mean, let's take the game against you guys, for instance, right? It was clear that when we ran Junkins to the outside, he was having success. He was the hot hand. But two things happened. They continued to put Travion in, which I'm not mad at, but he was having a good game, and they kept running it up the middle like idiots. Which I swear, if I see this in this game, I don't want to see one run up the middle. The only run up the middle I want to see is Will Howard doing a tush push. That's all I want to see up the middle. Pause. So like that sounds crazy, but I don't want to see that. Yeah. But just back to your question, they haven't been doing that, Bryce. You're right, and I don't care if it's James Peoples, whoever you see succeeding in the game needs to play. So
yep. All right. And I saw your tweet about you went down the position groups.
Mm-hmm.
So you think Will Howard over Nico?
I don't think that's a question.
Explain.
Nico has 19 passing touchdowns on the season. Will Howard has 28, I believe. Will Howard does have 8 interceptions to his 5, but the interception to touchdown ratio favors Will Howard. The passing game for Tennessee, and Tennessee fans will agree with this, has been broken all season. It hasn't been what it was 2 years ago.
Okay.
Because it wasn't that good last year either. They don't run Nico a lot, which is weird because he's a pretty athletic kid. I think so as of right. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Will Howard has, I think, 7 rushing touchdowns this season. He's not breaking off long ones, but he's very mobile in the pocket. He has better pocket awareness. I think it's just this simple. Nico throws 65%. Will throws 72%. I just
it's math. Just lay it out there.
Yeah, and it's not that Nico isn't a good player, but and you know, bro. I think you said this before about, I forgot who it was. We had this conversation a while back, but about the perception of the player before, right? Now, Will Howard, the perception of Will Howard coming to Ohio State, a lot of people were basically down on him, and for Nico, people thought he was going to be an All-American, challenge for the Heisman race.
They did.
As a first-year starter. Will Howard, without a doubt, has been better than Nico, and it's not close.
Okay. All right. And then you said you basically gave the safeties, cornerbacks, and linebackers to Ohio State, defensive tackle to Ohio State, and then you only gave Tennessee the edge.
Their DBs aren't better. Their linebackers are garbage.
Yep.
Their D tackles are they're good. They're good. I think we have the bet. I think Tyreek is the better of all of them, but they're very good. And I think their edge players get to the quarterback better than ours do. Now, granted, Ohio State is second in the nation in quarterback sack percentage. 10% of it on 10%, no, 10.5% of quarterbacks dropbacks, the quarterback is getting sacked. But that's a team stat for Ohio State because of the way we blitz.
Yeah.
The edge players for Tennessee are, without a doubt, better than JT and Jack and Kenyatta, Kurt, all of them at getting to the quarterback.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
A lot of people, and by the way, if you don't mind, because now that you're talking about that, now that you're talking about that, I'm going to get to this. I'm going to get to their offense versus our defense. On there, I think I put O-line was a push. Yes, I did.
Yes.
And there's some people that disagree with that, and it also goes to a narrative that I want to talk about with you. Ooh. Now, I think that because Ohio State's a bigger program than Tennessee, and we're just more fun to talk about in all reality, people are very hyper fixated on Ohio State, and now I want to get to the offensive line things about it. Now, yes, Ohio State's offensive line has struggled this year. A lot of that is due to injury, but regardless, the game has to be played. Correct?
Correct.
The offensive line for Tennessee has given up 25 plus sacks this season.
26.
Thank you, 26. And I think Nico's been sacked for 22 of those. I think it's hilarious that everyone wants to harp on Ohio State's offensive line, and yes, I get it. Sampson has been very good this season. 1,500 yards, about 22 touchdowns. He's been dude's been great, All-American type of season. And just because the Michigan game is the latest game to be played, and this is where I want to get your thought on this. Just because that was the latest game to be played, everyone is fixated on that, right? And thinking that is the recipe to beat Ohio State. If you believe that, you're an idiot. There are 12 games to a season, like depending on how many games you play, but the regular season, there are 12 games of data that you can get. Ohio State has given up 150 plus rushing yards twice this season. Once was you guys, and once was Oregon. Everyone else, some had 100. Like Iowa had a 100-yard game, averaging under 3 yards a carry. Same thing with Marshall. And so I just think it's funny how everyone wants to talk about offensive line, but then I ask the question: when you have a team like Ohio State, who is, whether you want to say them or Texas, I think it's Ohio State is probably the best defense in the country, and Tennessee's up there too, but Ohio State's better in the secondary, against a team who hasn't been prolific in the past, which is Tennessee, who lives off big plays. And yes, people want to point out how Aben Nosen, holds a lot. Well, yeah, go check out the Indiana game. And Aben Nosen has 2 pass interferences in the first drive. The dude had nothing else the rest of the game, and they couldn't move the ball. I think Curtis Work went 8 for 18 that game.
Yeah, those 2 PIs at the beginning were bad, and then yeah, fair. You're right.
Shut
you
him down.
Didn't hear his name much after that, and that's the point. If you're a good defense back.
And so that's my question. What do you think about people? Do you think people are hyper fixed on that Michigan game, and that's probably distorting the truth about Ohio State?
Yeah, I unfortunately do. I do. I think, like we talked about last week, Ohio State's performance against Michigan was the exception, not the rule. But Ryan Day losing to Michigan has become the rule, not the exception. And people are getting it all twisted up now that Ohio State is not as good as maybe they actually are. And this is coming from me, people. I hate saying this. I hate everything about what I just said. But I do, unfortunately, think that they are better. That's why I do think you guys get to Oregon. You're going to win it all. And
I'm still so shocked by that. And the worst part about it is I know you're being honest.
It sucks. Sucks a lot. But I do. I think and here's the thing. Here's the thing about Tennessee. They got to go to the shoe at 8:00 on a Saturday night in that weather. I look at their schedule. They played 4 road games. One was at Vandy, which is essentially a home game. You lost to Georgia in Athens.
Mm-hmm.
You lost to Arkansas in Fayetteville. You beat Oklahoma on the road. That's it. So you have 2 road. You have 1 road win, 2 road wins. So Vandy, but again, I'm not really counting Vandy. So you have 1 legitimate road win, and it was to a 10-point win to a bad Oklahoma team.
Right.
And so I just don't think it's a good recipe for the Vols. I just, unfortunately, I don't. I wish it was better news, Michigan fans, but I like I said, man, I think with who you have and who are the leaders and the key contributors to that team, I think it's a perfect. You've had 3 weeks now? It's gonna be 3 weeks Saturday.
3 weeks.
Yeah, that's 3 weeks to bounce back, and I think there's gonna be a lot of heat on Ryan Day, like if he loses this game. So I'll be very curious to see how he plays, because I mean, my goodness, dude, I saw this morning all the Vrabel talk.
Don't listen to that.
Like again, let's say what you want about Ryan Day, but the dude's about to play in a playoff game, and you got fans already talking about his replacement. I don't. You all have followed me and heard me say what I've said about Ryan Day. I'm not here to vouch for the guy, but we are 3 days away from this game, and we're talking about Mike Vrabel coming in and taking his job.
Can I have a couple seconds, Bryce?
Floor's yours, my friend.
I think you fans are despicable. I think you truly are. I think there's a group, a group of in this fan base that's just chooses to be negative, and I laugh at it because it's either because you're being an it, like I don't want to say idiot anymore. You're being untruthful, or you're just trying to get clicks and likes, and you're just trying to get, and it's all of it. Nobody in their life is that negative. I'm sorry. I know homeless people that are happier than you. Like I just can't. I can't understand how a fan can. You are not a fan of this fan base if you are going out and being completely negative, knowing that there's a chance that this team can win a national championship.
It's wild.
How dare you? How dare you?
It's
mind-boggling because they find the dumbest things to get mad about. Listen, man, Dillon, everyday Dillon on X. Now, there are some things that I understand him being upset about. But dude, when you are consistently talking about the media team and what they're posting, my God. And then it's just who can be that negative every day?
It's a lot of energy.
It is a lot of energy. And again, how can you call yourself a fanatic of Ohio State, or let's take it off Ohio State, Bryce, of any program or any team when your team has a chance to win the national championship? Who the hell are you? Who are you? Like and there's nothing wrong with pointing out where your program has to succeed, where your program has to do better. Like when it comes to Ohio State, Ryan Day, yes, dude, you need to beat Michigan. We all know that. It's stamped on his forehead.
Yeah,
he sees it every morning in the mirror.
Ooh, it's a good line.
Yeah, we got copyright. Oh man, thank you for that. That was a good one. I don't know how I came up with that, but no, I just don't like things like that. I understand, but when you are consistently behaving and complaining like a child on the internet, you're not a fan of the program, and it's that simple to me. You're not a fan of the program. Your mom and dad liked them, and then you attached onto it, and then you thought that it'd be cool to get some engagement off of clicks and likes, and because off of being negative about your program and team, you look goofy.
Yeah, that's the reality too of it is that these guys, I don't know the ages of many of these folks, but a lot of these guys, I'm assuming, are probably on the younger side, and you're coming off a regime of just dominance, and you don't know. I mean, you and I weren't even really aware of the Cooper era. I mean, we weren't really like actually intently watching. Well, some of it.
You just saw your dad parading around the house every day, wondering what was going on when he was.
Exactly. I saw the man happy, and I didn't see that same happiness for a long time after that. And so there's people who aren't used to that, and you can tell when the old heads are talking because they know what's going on and a little more level-headed. But I think it's a lot of young bucks, man, who are just flapping their gums, trying to be mad at the world.
I don't think I don't think some of these young guys understand. This is the first class at Ohio State to not do this since the 90s.
Yeah.
Like it's
beautiful.
You're terrible. But just to finish off.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have some, I got the numbers for you. Some fun numbers for you. So both these teams.
Real quick, reports have come out of New England saying that Vrabel's interested in the coaching job with the Patriots. So sounds like you guys are.
I'm not going to go another rant.
All right.
No really good NFL coach wants to go deal with kids, their parents, boosters especially,
Nope.
alumni, fans, and not have a vacation.
Correct.
But hold on 1 second, Bryce. Hey, Mom, Bryce and I are recording the show. Let me call you back, all right? All right, love you.
Love you.
Bryce says hi. He loves you. All right. Sorry, everybody. My mom. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, you always answer mom's call.
I should answer. Something was wrong.
Yeah. Always answer mom's call.
Yeah. But so both these teams have had their struggles from half to half. But I just want to read this off to you. So at home, Ohio State averages 18.3 points in the first quarter. I'm sorry, the first half. Tennessee, when they're away, they average 16 in the first. In the second half, Ohio State averages 20 at home. Tennessee averages 12.6. Another factor, I think this is huge, and I haven't been able to talk about this. Tennessee averages 8.5 penalties per game. That doubles Ohio State's. That's a lot of penalties in the game.
That's a lot of penalties.
That's a lot of penalties. Now, Tennessee is 79.25% in the red zone. That has touchdowns and field goals. Now, usually the benchmark is around 85%. Ohio State being the number one red zone defense in the country, I think that will bode well for Ohio State. We've seen multiple times this season against Oregon, against Penn State, Indiana, I believe, and you guys, where teams try to run the ball on Ohio State within the 5-yard line, Bryce, and it don't work. It don't work. And my last stat that I'm going to point out to you, where Will Howard needs to play very good in this game. Tennessee gives up on opponent pass percentage. Tennessee gives up 57.06.
Okay.
Just now, a lot of that has to do with their pass rush, not so much their secondary, because when they play really good wide receivers, they get torched. Or they at least struggle more. I don't want to say torched, they struggle more. But I think that's a really cool stat. I think Tennessee's a really good team. I think it's gonna be a really good game. I have Ohio. I've changed my score so many times because I'm unsure, but I'm gonna give. This is my official one. I'm gonna go Ohio State 25, 26. Tennessee 17.
26-17.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. That's a good pick.
I saw one Tennessee fan say 20. They win 20-13. Man, I feel like a lot of people, Bryce, don't understand that Michigan is its own game.
Yeah.
Dude, are you playing something? Yay! That's a... You always be home to me. Go back. Ow! No, but the fight song sounds so much better. It's so powerful.
Give me the Bucks by 10. 24-13.
And if we win, I just want you to know, if we win all these games, or each game, when we come back on that Wednesday, I will be coming on here starting the show singing Carmen, Ohio for each song, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it again. Oh, come let's sing
why?
Ohio's praise. What?
Was that a foreshadowing of your? You don't think you're gonna win?
No. It's just that we sing that after every game. So I will come on here.
Sing it after Oregon. Oh, I see. You're saying
until the end of the season, I'm gonna come on here and sing that. I don't know if it's gonna be the last one, man. I don't even have us getting past Oregon right now. So
Ooh,
I have to. For me to say we're gonna beat them, I gotta see something. So I mean, like,
yeah.
you ever seen that video of Kendrick Perkins when he starts spanking the chair?
No.
That's why. Oh yeah, belt to ass. That's what I would need to see. Like if we went out there and just completely pounded them, Siri Q Pound Town by Sexy Red.
Yeah.
Like dude, I would. I'd be. Oh man, the type of I'm coming back with the propaganda. You know that. So I mean,
yeah. All right. Couple things then.
Mussolini. That'd be a great.
I need to. We need to talk about something.
Yeah,
I
what's
don't know
up?
if you're ready to
Tell
have
me.
this conversation. I'm changing topics here.
No, let's do it. Come on, dude.
Do you still think the NCAA is doing a good job?
Let me wait to see what they do with you guys.
Oh, you're talking about the punishment. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the reality that we have a portal open. And there are players who have no choice but to enter a transfer portal as they are about to play in a playoff.
Now, Bryce, when you are right, I will tell you are right.
Thank you.
You're all over this.
It is asinine.
It's for this to be the one time players can leave, and it's not have to be the one time for you not to either put it later. Okay, this is what I'll say. I get why the portal, why it's where it is, and why it's as long as it is where it is. I get that.
Winter semester. Yep. You want to get enrolled early. Yeah, totally. You're right.
But dude, I think that, and I'm not the biggest person when it comes to, doing special things for people just because of who they are. But I think for college football players, it should be extended. There should be some grace given by I think the universities need to work with the NCAA to make sure that's extended and that they are able to enroll later if need be. I think that the NCAA and the institutions, but more so in the NCAA, to do a better job of how this happens. But those need to work together.
Yes, they do. They do. I listened to Kirk Cinetti today on Pat McAfee's show. He was talking about his week because they asked him directly about the portal. And he said he spends the nights talking about recruiting and portal stuff. He's like, there's guys we just can't get to because we have to prepare for Notre Dame. And so you look at it from that perspective too. If you don't win the Natty,
that's so crazy.
And that's 11 teams are not going to win the Natty this year. You're already behind. And you're missing out. And here's the thing. Let's look at the current portal situation with you guys and with us. So you have 6 guys going out. We have 15. We'll talk about those numbers in a little bit. We have 4 coming in. You guys have 1 coming in. Now, say what you want about Justin Fry and some of the whiffs and the misses on some of these guys. Sure. But I think at the end of the day, too, you guys also have to prep for Tennessee. And this is the most important thing right now is Tennessee.
Yeah. Well, okay. So Ryan Dayton's press conference said they asked about this, and they said he said you can't live in a vacuum, meaning that he understands that you still need to go out and get these players. But there's a lot of Ohio State fans that get upset about us not getting offensive line transfer portal guys, right? Well, Buckeye fans, my brothers and sisters, look at it from the players' side of it, right? Because you're looking at it from the fan side, but look from the player side of it. If I'm an offensive lineman target that's in the transfer portal, and I do have some interest in going to Ohio State, and Ohio State has reached out to me, but I also understand that Ohio State has guys on their team, like let's say Luke Montgomery, who is about to start for the first time. Let's say Luke Montgomery goes out in there and balls out. Well, dude, there's probably a guard that won't come to Ohio State because they clearly see like if Montgomery goes out there and plays really well, he's gonna start. He's gonna start next season. So I get that. And again, for the coaches, dude, they're preparing for a national championship run. I don't know.
You'd be crazy not to.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
So it's just at the end of the day, right? It's tough, and it's what happened with Michigan and the whole quarterback situation last year. I don't matter what the coaches say. you play till January 11th, and then your quarterback doesn't say he's going to declare for the NFL draft till way later. Well, everyone's taken up. Everyone's gone. You guys got.
You still could. I still say that you can't tell me that you guys couldn't have contacted somebody who would have liked to be the quarterback at the University of Michigan.
Who would we have gotten? And
I
what
think,
are the chances that all three are just duds?
well, I mean, a lot of that also has to do with your coach choosing not to go in the portal and said that they have a good quarterback situation and lying to you to your face.
Yeah. Again, was that them just saving face, trying to rep their guys because they
No,
couldn't get anybody else?
that was your brother over here trying to tell you what was going on, but you didn't want to listen to him.
I didn't want to listen.
I care about you.
A couple things on the portal. One
Mhm.
is it's insane. Like, this is bananas. The news today with what is his name? The Alabama transfer.
Damon Payne.
Yeah, Bellevue kid.
But yeah.
This is just wild. It's all just crazy. So allegedly, and maybe you have other information about this, Garrison, but allegedly he signed his agents. This is a story I heard. His agents weren't happy.
9:30 a.m.
Yep. And then they essentially backed out and called it, voided the whole, I guess, contract or the signature or whatever official terminology you want to use.
No.
So that means, did he not get accepted? Does that mean he got more money elsewhere? Did that mean that the agent wanted more money because he wanted to go?
You want my opinion on it?
Please.
And you're not going to like it. I don't think Damon Payne's the type of player that can say, hey, name the price, blank check. I don't think he's that player. 31 games. You have 30 tackles. That's less than a tackle per game. You have 3 tackles for loss in your 3 years there. And you have a half a sack to show for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that.
I think it's admissions. And I'm gonna say the same thing I said to TJ. I said those SEC credits don't transfer well in the Big Ten.
No, they don't.
They don't. I posted about this, and I for any Michigan fan that saw this, and if you're hearing me now when I'm pointing that out about his stats and as a player, I probably should have put this in there. I'm simply saying that to say you guys can do better than that.
Yeah.
I just don't. They say former 5-star dude. Those stars don't mean squat.
Yeah, you had a good tweet about that. If you're 3 years into your career, you're still talking about high school rankings, that means you're probably not very good.
Oh, no, yeah, it's just. Bud Elliott says the same thing. He gives the same sentiment before, and I just. I said it on this show. Yeah, I said it on this show before. So no, I just. You guys can do better, guys. Michigan fans, you can do better than that. He's not a good player. He's not.
Yeah.
3 years at Alabama, nothing to show for it.
Be nice if he came. Be cool if he came home, but you're right.
You know, tell him to go to Ypsilanti.
What if we get Zachariah Branch? He might be one of my favorite players.
I think he's one of the most overrated players in college football.
Stop it. Oh, his freshman highlights were amazing.
Okay, so I want to tell me what you think about Zachariah Branch.
Freshman year with Caleb and on the punt return was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So is that because you're playing with the Heisman quarterback? I don't know, but we haven't had a ton of flash at the receiver position, and that would be electric. And we pay people now, so
Zachariah.
I love Michigan. But I did move away. So I also feel that, all right, if you're going to go from Los Angeles with that climate to Ann Arbor, I can see maybe how
in 2 different worlds. 2 different worlds.
Yeah. And I can see how maybe Miami might be a little more enticing.
Okay. So Zachariah Branch, 47 catches, 503 yards, 10.7 per. 1 touchdown.
Last year.
This is this year.
Yeah, well, it's last season.
Okay. He's not a good route runner. He's a more athletic Samaj Morgan.
You just had to throw that in there, didn't you? Give my man Samaj a break.
I have about the same amount of stats as he does against Ohio State. Zachariah Branch is an elite athlete, but he's a gadget guy to me. I think that in Lincoln Riley's offense, he probably could have been used better, but I don't think he wasn't used terribly. I think he's just not a good wide receiver to me.
Okay.
He's a really good athlete who plays football. He's like a track guy who plays football to me. That's what when I think of him, that's what I think of.
Yeah. All right, I can see that.
And maybe I mean I don't know what you guys can do with him that Lincoln Riley can't do.
Fair.
I just I don't know. I don't see it. I haven't seen it yet. You know, like for some Ohio State receivers, you see in their sophomore year, their freshman year, like the Chris Olave game against you guys, like you see it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it with Zachariah Branch. All I see is a really fast and quick person.
Okay. All right.
And that doesn't mean he can't be a good football player. That's not what I'm saying. I gotta see more, man. I gotta see more of I gotta see more out of 10.7 per catch and 1 touchdown.
Yeah, fair. All right. Well. Oh,
and you guys got the Metcalf, DK Metcalf's cousins. I saw. Was it nephews? No, cousins. Yeah, no cousins. But was it Tevin and TJ? Yeah. Yep. You know, I wanted to get. I see, you know, with that last name, I saw why a lot of Michigan fans are happy, but then it took a lot out of me not to say, well, dude, like I was like, you know what? Let me see what they're getting hyped about. Where do these guys rank in the transfer portal? Took a while to find them. Took a while to find them. I was like, man, these guys must be like really like. You know, and I think Tevin got a lot of playing time. You know, 3 interceptions on this season over at Arkansas. But I was like, damn, man, they're really happy about these guys. Like, what did they do this season?
Yeah, not much. Is that what you're saying?
No. I mean, one started, so I'm not going to take that away from him. I was a freshman, I think. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not going to take that away from him. That's impressive to do as a freshman. And
I saw that one was like the number 7th best transfer player available at one time. So that's cool. We have a lot of the safety position.
Oh, question. How did you feel about you guys getting a quarterback in the portal and not having success at that right now?
We have either Mikey Keene or Daquan Finn. What are you talking about? Not having success. We got 2 guys right in the chamber right now, ready to rock and roll.
Mikey Keene from
Fresno State. Saw him earlier this year.
Yeah. Finn. I was watching Boys College Football Michigan with John and TJ, and
he's a big fan.
Yeah. Oh, I am too. Ever since I saw him tear us up 2 years ago. Oh yeah. He's good.
Like he's not from Baylor though. He said he sucks. So
no, he sucked at Baylor. Everyone sucks at Baylor, buddy.
RG3 and Bryce Petty are the only 2 quarterbacks I could ever name for the Baylor Bears.
Yeah, and you guys just been bad for the last few years. I have more faith in what Michigan could do with Finn than you guys. Daquan Finn, and there's a lot of Michigan fans in that chat and on X who are not big about getting Finn. He's not some elite passer. He's not even a good passer. Go watch that kid run. Go watch him run. It's impressive, and he can really make plays as a really strong arm. It's not accurate, but he's a really strong arm for his size, and I think that he would be a good transition quarterback for you guys. I also think it would be good for you guys because then it would give you guys a chance to see how you can work more with a mobile quarterback, as now you have Bryce Underwood and you guys plan on, being a
That's a
little
good
bit
point.
more versatile.
That's a good point.
I do think you guys could have gotten better quarterbacks. Maybe I've seen people say maybe it's the because of Bryce Underwood, people don't want to come there, and I can understand that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I mean, who are the other names? Like the Washington State
Bo,
kid.
or I'm sorry, Bobby. Is it Bobby? Yeah, Bobby from Maryland.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, dude, Wisconsin's working on something right now. They just got
Yeah.
Ballard,
Yep.
too.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have another quarterback that they brought in as well. So, I don't know. Fickle's working on something up there.
They have a pretty good NIL over there. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
and there's something I want to bring to your front door. Your comment about Aaron Nolan transferring.
I was going to bring this up, but yeah. All right, go ahead.
And I'm sure, and you didn't respond to what I said, but you saw it. I know you saw it.
About Jaden Davis?
Yes.
I responded. Well, I made a joke, but yeah.
But no. I threw it right back in your face.
What did you say? Maybe I missed it.
Well, okay, well, I pointed out how it's hypocritical for you to point out to say that about Aaron, like with Julian saying Aaron Nolan situation about us just kicking him to the curb. When you guys it did him dirty. When you guys literally you guys did a lot for Jaden Davis last year to get him to Ann Arbor. You did all that just to pay a king's ransom for a 17-year-old who's coming in next season. And listen, Bryce Hunter was that guy. He's that guy. But you did that and basically kicking him to the curb too. You did him dirty. Because let's be very straight here. Jaden Davis is never going to start a game for the University of Michigan.
Oh, that's not true.
Bryce is never going to start a game for the University of Michigan. Never.
We'll see.
All right. So, and this is why I know I'm right. Like I can say without a doubt, I know I'm right on this. And now it's time for some vindication. Also on TJ and John's show yesterday, they talked about Jane Davis. Bryce, what did I say about Jake when we were talking about him and Aaron Nolan sometime? Well, almost 2 years ago now. When we were talking about them, and I was talking about Jane Davis, what did I say about him?
His throwing motion.
Said they were terrible. Mechanics were bad. Footwork bad. Talked about how he used to be the number one recruit in his class when he was young. He didn't develop by his size anymore. He didn't develop his game. So I'm listening to TJ and John yesterday, and they said it's bad. It's bad. They said they had to break down his whole mechanics, his whole throwing motion. His whole and I remember back when I was saying this, a lot of Michigan fans were all up in arms. You saw it. I was right. It's not like I'm biased because I'm a Buckeye fan, dude. I watched this game. I know what I'm doggone talking about. Jaden Davis is never going to start for the University of Michigan.
I'm going to hold any judgment on Jaden until after the bowl game. I feel like I made that pretty clear.
Bryce, they said right now. Bryce, they said currently right now, they are still working on restructuring his throwing motion, and that it's bad.
Okay, well, we'll see. But I think you surprised me with your comparison here to say that Michigan did Jaden Davis dirty.
You did.
I just it's different classes. I think if you're going to make that argument, you would make it with a Brady Smith or Carter. Sorry, a Brady, not a Brady Hart. He was reclassified. A Carter Smith. So remember, Carter Smith committed in November of 23. So he committed a little over a year ago, and just under a year before decommitting.
Right.
He was ride or die with Michigan.
Well, but
they went out.
But the coaches had to let him know they were still going after Bryce. It was very well known that they were still going after Bryce.
Okay, fine. Fine. You're then I guess maybe proving their point. But
no, I'm not saying that that's not dirty. We both know they did him dirty. You can do someone dirty in multiple ways.
That's more of what happened with Aaron Nolan and Julian Sayin than than Bryce Underwood and Jaden Davis. Bryce Underwood and Carter Smith is more comparable to Aaron Nolan and Julian Sayin because it's the same class.
Well, no, they're comparable situations. That doesn't mean both situations are dirty.
So I'll say this.
And then hold on, real quick. And let's be clear about Aaron Nolan right now. I think he's a good kid. I think he's gonna be a good player somewhere. I think he's going to because he has a really live arm. But dude, you didn't even beat out Lincoln Kienholz for the fourth quarterback. You were the fifth quarterback, and Julian Sayin out of the gate was challenging for second team reps against Brown.
Yeah. So I think two things can absolutely be true. I think one is you'd be stupid if you weren't Ohio State to go after Julian Sayin. And I also think you did Aaron Nolan dirty. In the same way, Michigan would be stupid not to go after Bryce Underwood, but also did Carter Smith a bit dirty.
And you got to remember how and why we got Sayin. We got
that's part
because of Bill O'Brien. Which my gosh,
David leaving.
That's the reason he was recruited by him. That was one of the biggest reasons why we got him. Which, by the way, hindsight is 20/20, and it's not to say that Chip Kelly's been bad. I would have rather had Bill O'Brien.
Well, I want to put the pin in my because I got a lot of flack for that tweet, which is good, clean fun. But I stand by it because I think here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
We know that a lot of these kids are sensitive is probably not the right word, but you want the most of every opportunity. So if you're talking to a coach,
you said what word?
Sensitive.
They are 18-year-old young men. Yeah, they're sensitive.
Okay, you said it, not me. They are, as Garrison said,
we've been 18 before, bro.
Yeah, well, I don't know about you, but I haven't been handed $100,000 to play football at a college. So,
bro, what? No, they don't. See, you guys don't know about Bryce Sack, man.
They didn't know about the back in the day.
No, man, he should have gotten that bag.
But I do think I just think Aaron Nolan, he was recruited the whole way, and then at the end of it all,
but so was Julian. So was Julian.
No, but Julian then committed to Alabama, and he actually signed with Alabama. So you had to imagine they laid off.
Technically, he's a transfer portal. So.
Exactly. But technically, you're right. But he
wait, that kills everything. Wait a second.
No, it's not today's world.
Wait, so did we do Brown wrong? Dirty? Did we do Brown dirty?
Devin Brown?
Yeah.
No, it's not dirty when it's a different class because you want to load
but he's a portal quarterback. He wasn't.
Wait, you're talking about Will Howard?
No. Julian Sayin is a portal quarterback, Bryce. It's different. He came out the portal.
You're being silly.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're being silly.
I don't know what you're talking about. He's a portal quarterback. We get him out the portal like we did Will Howard.
So you guys lost Devin Brown, Aaron Nolan. Is Kienholz staying?
Dude, he hasn't said anything yet.
It's interesting. I feel like he just loves the program. He's just staying.
Dude, some guys are like that. Bro. And
So then do you run your offense for Devin Brown? Like, does Devin Brown get number 2?
Well, okay, so they said that Brown is still going to, you saw this, he's still going to be the second string quarterback. And Bryce, what is that called? Having Brown still be the second string quarterback? That word starts with an M.
Malpractice.
Yes, it is, sir. I had this conversation with some guys, and I said that I had this conversation with Ryan on Voice Couch Football, and we were talking about who we would rather have be the second string quarterback. And play wise, I would rather have Sayin. He's a better football player than Devin Brown. He's better than him. But I could understand putting Devin in the game because I'm pretty sure the upperclassmen are very confident in him as a leader. Like, if something were to go wrong in this Tennessee game, right?
Yeah.
But nonetheless, that is malpractice to have Julian taking a lot of the second team reps and then still saying, remember when I was telling you how there's no way you could tell me Alex Orji is outperforming Davis Warren in practice? There's no way you can tell me that Devin Brown's outperforming Sayin in practice.
No.
I don't believe that.
No, but I just feel like the game plan changes enough to make a difference when you go from Sayin to Will Howard, opposed to Will Howard to Devin Brown.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. 8:00, man. Brian Day.
Yeah,
Hot seat.
Be with my sister and brother-in-law and nephew watching the game.
Oh, fun.
Yeah,
Where's
and
mom and dad?
I don't know. And that's a maybe because, dude, you know me. I might have to watch that game alone.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. Although your sister and brother-in-law.
Well, actually, my
really
sister.
into it.
Well, my sister's worse than me. So.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. She's the man. Look, my mom and sister, man. When it comes to their football, when it comes to my mom and her lines, my God, stay out the room.
Yeah. Go Blue.
OH.